Once you see the people on the chat, you can admit them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can introduce the dean and the objective of workshop, and dean can take over.
Okay.
Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Dean.
You
Yeah.
ready?
Hi guys, yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. We take a minute. I will introduce you. Yeah. Xin chào mọi người ở SAWACO ạ. Em xin chúng ta có thể bắt đầu được. Một số anh có thể vào sau cũng ok. Có thể xem lại cái video ghi hình lại sau cái buổi workshop này. Thì bên em có thể share video ghi hình lại cho mọi người. Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu luôn nha. Xin chào mọi người. Hi Dean, hi Senis. Dạ, người sẽ thuyết trình hướng dẫn chính trong cái buổi ngày hôm nay đó là Mr. Dean. Thì Mr. Dean đến từ nhóm tư vấn cấp nước, và Mr. Dean ở chi nhánh Bentley ở Úc, và Mr. Senis thì đến từ chi nhánh Bentley ở Ấn Độ. Thì Mr. Dean sẽ là người chịu trách nhiệm hướng dẫn chính trong cái buổi hội thảo ngày hôm nay. Thì Miket sẽ là hỗ trợ cho Mr. Dean, Mr. Senis trong cái buổi ngày hôm nay với tư cách là phiên dịch, và sẽ ghi nhận những cái câu hỏi của mọi người sau mỗi bài học thì sẽ ghi nhận câu hỏi của mọi người và sẽ truyền cho Mr. Dean để giải đáp. Mọi người chú ý là mọi người nên tắt cái micro đi và chỉ để chế độ âm thanh để nghe thôi ạ. Còn nếu mà có câu hỏi thì mọi người có thể nhắn vào group Zalo để có thể ghi nhận lại. Hi Mr. Dick, you can start. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Juan. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing is, does everybody have WaterGEMS installed, and do they have all of the workshops?
Yeah.
So the workshops and WaterGEMS, could you just make sure that everybody's got that ready to go?
Yeah. Already. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Excellent.
Yes.
So since we've only got 2 half days, I thought the best thing would just be to get started straight away in the software with the workshops.
Yeah.
So is everybody ready to go?
Yeah, already.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and open up WaterGEMS then.
Okay. Đi help will be there. Chào mọi người ạ. Mọi người có thể đã kích hoạt được phần mềm WaterGEMS và đã mở lên được như trên màn hình chưa ạ?
Once you've...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
And then create new hydraulic model.
Mr. Dick, can you give everyone active license again for before the place?
The license, did you say?
License, yeah. Connect lion.
Yeah, so it should have been sent around, right? So this one here?
Yes. Mọi người có thể nhìn trên màn hình cái cách mà anh Dean đang nhập và kích hoạt cái license. Yeah, can do. That's okay.
Oh, we can continue?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can.
Okay. Yeah, so create new hydraulic model.
Dạ, anh Mr. Dean đang hướng dẫn mọi người tạo một cái model trong WaterGEMS, một cái model mới. It's okay, yeah, continue Dean.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is customize our interface here. So we're going to set it up so that we have some tools available visually, so we don't have to keep opening and closing them. first one is the scenarios. So go ahead and open the scenarios up the top left.
Yep. Yes, there, please continue, Dean.
Okay, so if you click in the scenarios, you can drag them around. And what we want to do is drag it over on top of element symbology. So if you drag it on top, you'll see that the blue outline is on top of element symbology. And then if you release the mouse, you'll see that it's now created 2 tabs.
Sorry, Dean.
Yeah, you want me to do that again?
Can you show me the PDF you are using in this session?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So this will be workshop.
Yeah.
That one there, importing basic model data. But we haven't got to that yet because we're just doing the initial setup.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Chào mọi người ạ, mọi người mở cái PDF ở trên màn hình bạn Đinh, bạn ấy đang chỉ vào ấy ạ. Thì bạn in trong cái bài này bạn Đinh sẽ hướng dẫn theo cái PDF này. Yeah, okay, Dean, you can continue.
Okay, so the same thing with alternatives. So open alternatives. And then drag and drop them onto scenarios. Okay, so now we're going to start the PDF. So, sorry, the other PDF. So, this will be step 5 in the PDF. So, step 5 is go to Tools, More, Options.
More option. Dạ đi. Nó gửi cái link đăng nhập, anh đăng nhập chưa? Vậy đây em tự thấy cái đăng nhập.
Yes, Dean, please please slow down.
Sure.
Yeah. Hello mọi người ạ, mọi người có thể đăng nhập được vào phần mềm chưa ạ? Thì em đang chat với mọi người trên Zalo để miêu tả một chút ngắn gọn những gì mà bạn Dean đang làm ấy. Mà nếu mà mọi người ai mà chưa đăng nhập được vào phần mềm thì mọi người quay lại Zalo xem cách đăng nhập phần mềm giúp em. Được rồi. thì bạn Điên đang giới thiệu mọi người vào trong cái option của WaterGEMS bằng cách vào Tool, More and chọn Options.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah, okay. Continue Điên, yeah.
units. And
Yeah.
Default unit system for new hydraulic model, SI. Reset defaults, SI.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Excellent. So back to home. And what we're going to do now is import some files so we can build our model, and then we're going to modify the model and then run it and then check the results and then rerun it with some changes. So,
Yeah.
home, and then all the way out here, model builder.
Yeah.
In model builder, go ahead and select new.
Yeah.
Okay, so the select database type, Esri shapefiles.
Yeah.
And then if you go to select your data source and browse, and then you need to find the files that are in the folder that has been sent. So in here, starter, and then junctions and pipes.
Yes, okay.
Done? Okay,
Yeah, done.
excellent. Open. And then show preview. So you can see here are the junctions with elevations, and the pipes have diameter, user length, C factor, and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Make sure you change the coordinate system to meters.
Yeah, okay.
And next.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, just go back. And just make sure this one is checked. Create nodes if none found at endpoint.
Yeah.
And next. This screen we don't need to worry about because this is regarding model building for a second time. So next.
Yeah.
This is all correct. Current scenario and label is correct. So next. Okay, so now we need to do table type junction is correct, and then key field we want label.
Yep.
And then go down the bottom here and select elevation, the field elevate, and change the property to elevation.
Yeah.
Then back to the left for pipes polyline. key field is label.
Yeah.
Start is start node.
Yeah.
Stop node. Then we need to do the fields down the bottom here. So field D, property, diameter.
Yeah.
User L has user defined length.
Yeah.
C for Hazen-Williams C factor.
Yeah.
Length is, or L for length is length user defined.
Yeah.
Last one, material.
Yeah.
That's all done?
Yeah. Yeah. Please wait a minute. Yeah.
Sure.
Dạ, chào mọi người ạ. Em xin tóm tắt lại những cái bước bạn Điên vừa làm. Thì những cái bước này thật ra trong tài liệu nó cũng khá là chi tiết rồi, thì bạn Điên chỉ làm lại thôi. Và mọi người cũng có thể xem lại cái ghi hình những cái bước bạn Điên làm sau cái buổi này. Thì em chỉ tóm tắt lại về tổng thể để mọi người nắm là bạn Điên vừa làm những gì. Thì ở đây thì bạn Điên vừa tạo một cái model trống và bạn Điên muốn là sẽ import những cái data mà mình đã có sẵn, là những data mình đã có trước đây vào trong WaterGEMS. Và sau mà thì bằng cách là chúng ta chọn hai cái file shape file, đó là file junction và file. Thì hai cái tập tin này nó chứa những cái thông tin về cái đường ống, về những mối nối, về cao độ của mối nối, về cái hệ số ma sát trong đường ống. Tức là đại khái là sẽ nhập lại những cái dữ liệu mà chúng ta đã có sẵn trước đây, và chúng ta sẽ gán những cái dữ liệu này nghĩa là gì ở trong WaterGEMS. Thì đây là đến bước này là bước cuối cùng của việc nhập dữ liệu. Thanh đi, we can continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next, and we can skip this field because we're not going to reuse this. So next, and then that's all finished. So go ahead and click finish.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you close Model Builder Summary and then close Model Builder, it says, do you want to synchronize the drawing now? Yes.
Yeah.
And then just zoom it so you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've created the model, we need to fix it, because at the moment we only have junctions, but we need to have reservoir, pump, tank and some valves. So now we need to go and change junctions into different elements. So we're going to do that with morphing.
Yeah.
So up to layout and then select reservoir.
Yeah.
And then junction 10 out on the left, click right on top of it. It says, would you like to morph junction 10 into reservoir? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, please wait. Yeah, I explain for SAWACO. Yeah.
Sure.
Dạ. Ở đây thì bạn Điên đã nhập vào một cái mô hình nước có sẵn. Thì cái mô hình này là một cái mô hình cũ, và bây giờ Điên sẽ tiếp tục thay đổi một số cái tham số của mô hình cũ này để tiến hành những cái bước phân tích về sau. Thì ở đây là bạn Điên đang thay đổi một số cái node trên mô hình, những cái van trên mô hình để chuyển nó thành đường cấp nước, hoặc là một cái bơm, hoặc là một cái bể chứa. Thì Điên đang thực hiện những cái thao tác chỉnh sửa đó. Yeah, Điên, we can continue. Yeah.
Okay, So either right click and done, or select the select toolbar, and then you can double click to open up the properties of the reservoir.
Yep.
And we need to change the elevation. So the elevation here needs to be changed to 289.56.
Mr. Dean đang thay đổi một số cái tham số của từng cái node bằng cách là double click vào từng node và nhập cái giá trị cần thay đổi. Yeah, we can continue. Yeah.
Okay. So now that's done, close down the properties. And we need to put demands in.
Yeah.
So to put demands in, there's a specific tool in this case. And if you go to Home and then Demand Center, Demand Control Center. So if you open up Demand Control Center, you can say New, initialize demands for all elements.
So within I can see you what you doing on screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen?
Yeah, let's stop.
I can see Kwan, the screen.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes, yeah. Maybe internet problem.
We will go a bit slow. No worries.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
So back to Home tab, and then Demand Center, Demand Control Center.
Yeah.
So open that up, and then New, initialize demands for all elements.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we need to do is sort the label. So in the label, you need to right click and then sort ascending.
Yeah.
So now they should be listed from 1 to 15. And now we need to fill out the table. So you need to copy down these values.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Done already?
Yeah. Done.
Okay. So you can close that down. And now we need to morph the other elements. So the next one is on the layout tab again,
Yeah.
and pump.
Okay.
Pump is junction 11. So click on top of junction 11. Would you like to morph junction 11 into a pump? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we zoom out, and go back up, this time tank.
Yeah.
The tank, junction 12. So go ahead and click on junction 12. Would you like to morph? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so go back to the select toolbar.
Yes.
And then need to use the control key. So hold down control and select 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
And then go to tools, more,
Yeah.
batch morph.
Yeah.
So open up batch morph and selection, and the element type that we want to morph to is PRV.
Yeah.
And then OK.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we need to make sure that the PRVs are facing the correct way. So you come over to PRV 3 on the right and open up the properties.
Yeah.
See the downstream pipe here is pipe 9, which is facing the wrong way. So what we need to do is reverse it. Go ahead and click reverse, and it will of course turn it around so that it's now facing pipe 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to use the flex table to put in some values for the PRV. So if you close down the properties and then go back to the home tab,
Yeah.
and then flex tables, PRV.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Hang on a sec. Just change mine back to a tank here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we need to put in the hydraulic grade setting, and also the diameter of the valve. So the diameter of the valve for all of them is 100. And then the hydraulic grade setting as well. we need to check the elevations. So 249.9, 253, 253.
Yeah.
All done?
Yes, all done.
Okay, so close that down. Sorry, mine are the wrong way around. I'll just no, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so now we need to go and put in a pump definition. So next to Demand Control Center, we find pump definitions.
Yeah.
And then create a new one. And then we need to enter some values.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if that's done, you can click close. And then go to the pump. Open the properties.
Yes.
And set the pump definition to pump definition 1.
Yeah.
We also, but once that's done, that's all. You can close down. And then go to the tank.
Yes.
So at the tank, we need to enter the elevations. So you need to copy down these.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
once you've entered all of those, you can close that down and then click compute.
Yes.
So now we can look at some results. So the first thing that we need to notice is whether or not the tank is filling or emptying.
Yeah.
And then we also need to notice down here whether PRV3 and PRV1 are actually operating.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're ready to move on to the next portion, are we? Of this workshop?
Yes. In this session, we can finish.
Sorry?
Sorry. For this plastic, yeah. Are we finished here?
No, there's still a little bit more to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Please.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is add an additional demand to see what happens to the system. So as you can see, the flow is going into the tank from the arrow, which means the tank is filling. And so what we want to do is put an extra demand on and then see if our tank is still filling or if it's emptying.
Yeah.
So on the alternatives tab here, which is already docked on the left, you want to go to demand and then expand demand from base demand.
Yeah.
And then right click new child.
Yeah.
So the child, I'm going to say average plus industry.
Yeah.
And then double click average plus industry.
Yeah.
And then go and find junction 5 and highlight junction 5.
Yeah.
Change the demand base from 3.2 to 95.
Yeah.
Close that down. Then go back to the scenarios, the other tab, scenarios tab.
Yeah.
From base, right click new child scenario.
Yeah.
And I want to rename that average plus industry.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I will wait a minute for explain for SAWACO.
Sure.
Dạ. Chào mọi người. Thì ở đây bạn Din đang muốn là trên cái mô hình này bạn Din sẽ set up một cái yêu cầu, đó là tính toán cho cái mạng lưới này sử dụng với nhu cầu sử dụng hàng ngày, và cộng thêm vào đó là cái node J5 á, nó sẽ phải đáp ứng cho nhu cầu công nghiệp. Thì bạn Din đang set up trên cái mô hình với những cái yêu cầu đó, và sau đó bạn Din sẽ tức là tạo một cái kịch bản con về cái nhu cầu cho sử dụng hàng ngày cộng với công nghiệp. Chúng ta đang dừng ở bước này. Thank you. Please continue. Yes, we can continue it. Yeah.
Okay, so double click on average plus industry. And then change the demand from base demand to average plus industry.
Yeah.
Close that and then right click make current. And compute.
Yeah.
And should find that the tank is now emptying. and so that's it. That's the finish of the first workshop.
Yeah.
So, are there any questions or anything, or should we take a break now before the second workshop?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Please take a break in about 15 minutes.
Sure.
Dạ, chào mọi người ạ. Mr. Dean sẽ tạm dừng ở đây một chút xíu để mọi người có thể nghỉ giải lao một chút xíu ạ. Thì chúng ta sẽ nghỉ giải lao tầm 15 phút. Chúng ta sẽ quay lại vào lúc 11 giờ 15. Rồi, thì trong lúc mà giải lao thì mọi người có câu hỏi gì về cái chúng ta có yêu cầu về, ví dụ như là nhờ bạn Dean làm chậm lại như thế nào thì chúng ta có thể nhắn cái yêu cầu vào trong Zalo gì nữa. Yeah. Can you slow down a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Dạ, chào mọi người ạ. Chúng ta có thể chuẩn bị quay lại rồi ạ. Bạn Dean sẽ tiếp tục. Rồi mọi người có thể giúp mình mở cái đoạn chat ở trên Teams. Có một cái mục là chat trong Teams, mọi người mở cái chat Teams thì bạn Niket sẽ thông dịch, với lại chúng ta sẽ ghi chú vào đó để cho Mr. Dean và Mr. Smith có thể theo dõi chúng ta đang follow cái meeting này. Tại vì cái micro tắt thì nhiều khi bạn Dean bạn ấy không biết là mình đang có tương tác hay không, nên bạn Niket sẽ nhắn vào đó để cho Dean biết được, tạo động lực mà. Cảm ơn mọi người. It's okay, Dean. Yeah, we can continue.
Okay, great. So the next one is going to be the first one here, VN0 Modeling Fundamentals.
Dạ, mọi người mở giúp mình cái PDF trên màn hình của Dean ạ. Yes, okay, yeah, they did.
And then if we go back to WaterGEMS, so the first exercise here was actually, if you look at it, it's actually number 1 and number 2 here. So we've already completed both of these. Oh, sorry, not that one. 2 and 3. So we've already completed 2 workshops today,
Yeah.
and that was sort of like an introduction workshop. So that's firstly how to use Model Builder very simply. So you remember all we did was pipes and junctions, but when we do the proper Model Builder, we'll do all elements. And then all we did was just make some very simple changes by changing junctions into reservoirs, tanks, PRVs. So a bit of an introduction workshop. And then the next one here where we do our fundamentals, that we're actually going to draw that out ourselves. So rather than import it through Model Builder, which is easier, we're going to draw it on our own.
It's okay, yeah.
Okay, so if you go back to WaterGEMS here, and all of the solution files are available, so you don't need to keep this. So what you can do is just close it down. And do you want to save it? Either yes or no, but for me, no.
Yeah.
And then create a new blank hydraulic model.
It's okay.
So if you go to the PDF, because this is our second one as far as the workshops, we can skip some steps, so we don't need to just give me a second here.
Yeah.
Bỏ chạy start roll ra đây cũng là có gửi cái
Hey, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to skip the steps where we need to change the units and everything, and we can go straight to step 6, which is where we create a pipe prototype. So to do that, go to View, Prototypes.
Yeah.
And then with pipe highlighted here, click New. And double click pipe prototype 1.
Yeah.
And change the diameter to 150. And the material here, if you click into material, see ductile iron, and then you'll see the ellipsis on the right hand side. click the ellipsis, and that will take you to the engineering library. Now, the library comes with the product, but you can also add your own library if you want to. So if you have a preferred supplier, say Vinadex or Steel Pipes or someone like that, then you can add the library into the engineering libraries. Otherwise, we have a built-in library which you can access by using the plus, and there you can see the material library. The one that we want is PVC. So once you've selected PVC, click select, and you'll see that it changed the material and the Hazen-Williams C factor. So I went and changed both of those properties at the same time. Okay, so once you've selected those as your prototype, you can close it down. Alright, so once you've done that, we need to add a background because, as I mentioned, we're going to draw this by hand. So, of course, we need a background to draw onto. So, down to the bottom left here, in background layers, and new file.
Yeah.
The one that we want is in the starter folder and scaled network metric.
Okay.
So click OK, and then you should find a background.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, so now we need to lay out the network. So before we do that, I'm gonna give you a chance to do a practice. So if you come up firstly to the tools tab, more options. Okay, so if you go to the drawing tab, you need to change the symbol size multiplier to 5, the text height multiplier to 10, and that's just because of the scale of the background that we're using. So like I said, we'll change these multipliers, and then we can do some practicing, and then we'll delete those, and then we'll draw it out properly. So symbol size multiplier 5, text type multiplier 10, and then OK.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so go up to the layout tab, and you see that we've got all of the elements listed here. So if you select any of the elements to the right here of pipe, so for example junction, you'll see what happens if I place junctions. You see that when I place them, there's no pipe. So it's just placing an individual junction with no pipe. So to place a pipe, you always need to use the pipe tool here. So the pipe tool, if you click on that, you'll see it will do the same thing. It will place junctions, but this time it has a pipe connecting from junction to junction.
Yeah.
So if you right click, you can change the type of element that you're placing, and then right click and you can place various things. So pump, and then change it back to junction, and right click and left click. If you click done, it will disconnect from the element, and then you can rejoin things with the pipe tool as well. So you can connect them and then right click done, disconnect, connect in, reconnect, right click done. So I'll just give you a few minutes to practice the right click and left click buttons.
Dạ, bạn Điên đang trình bày ở đây là chúng ta sẽ nhập mô hình một cái bản đồ khu dân cư cơ bản vào trong WaterGEMS, và dựa trên cái bản đồ này sử dụng để chúng ta tham chiếu và chúng ta lần lượt vẽ vào đây những cái mối nối và những cái file để có thể thành lập lên cái mô hình nước của khu dân cư này. Yeah, Tandy, we can continue.
Oh, okay. So, you go done, it goes back to select, and what I'm going to do is just draw a box around the whole thing and delete. So if you were like me and you practiced, then we need to reset our drawing labeling system. So tools, more, options, labeling, and then reset. So this part isn't in the PDF. It's just a bit extra because we had a practice. If you didn't practice, then you don't need to do that, but you just need to reset them so that they all go back to 1.
That's okay.
Okay. So, okay. And then back to the layout tab and the pipe tool. Now, what we want to do is come up to the top right here and right click anywhere. So right click, change to tank. And then up here in the top area, go ahead and place, using the left click, a tank.
That's okay, yeah.
Alright, so right click again, and this time change it to junction. And then place junction 1 up the top there.
It's okay.
And then down to the next intersection here for junction 2. And then down to junction 3. Across to 4. And then 5. And then up to the court for junction 6. Once you've placed junction 6, you need to right click, say done. Then we need to reconnect into junction 2. So connect to junction 2, over to the end of the road, that's junction 7, and then up to junction 8. Once you've placed junction 8, right click, done. Now we need to connect junction 7 into junction 4. Click on top of 7 and then on top of 4, right click, done.
Yeah, require minutes for SAWACO follow. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, then you can continue.
Okay, so the last bit is just from junction 5 over to the end of that road for junction 9. That's it. So right click, done, and then go back to your select or done.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so now we've entered, now we've drawn the network. What we want to do is obviously put the information in. So what we're going to do is start with the tank and pipe 1 out of the tank. So if you go to firstly the pipe, so P1, pipe 1, double click and open up the properties. And what we want to do is scroll down into the physical here, where it says user defined length, or has user defined length, is false. You want to make that true. So if you double click on it, it will swap to true, or you can use the drop down and select true. Either way, you need to enter in 137.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, once you've done the pipe, you can either close down the properties and double click on the tank, or with the properties open, you can just click on the tank. So now we need to enter the elevations of the tank. So 198.1, 198.1, 202.7, 207.3. Also, down further in the physical area, we need to enter the diameter, which is 15.
Yeah, yes, okay.
Okay, so if you close that down, and then go back to the Home tab, and under the Flex tables, you'll find the Junction table. And the junctions should be listed from 1 to 9 in order. What you need to do is enter the elevations and just copy them down. just give you a minute to copy those down.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Sure.
Yeah, that's okay. Then we can continue.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So close down the junction table, and now of course we need demands. So demand center, demand control center. And if you open up the demand control center, you'll see there's none there. And so what we want to do is go to drop down here for new initialized demands for all elements. Okay, so what we need to do is fill in the 9 junctions. However, they're all the same. So rather than typing them in, there's a quicker and better way, and that's the global edit. And the global edit function is extremely valuable, and it will save a lot of time. So if you go up to the top demand base and right click, you'll find global edit. And set value 1.26.
It's okay.
So, okay, and of course they should all be 1.26 now. And close. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and click compute. Okay, so now that we've computed it, we have results available, and what we're looking for here is some particular results, and that's junction 6. So we're interested in junction 6 and the pipe leading into junction 6, which is pipe 6. So the first thing I'm going to do is just click on junction 6 to bring up the properties, and then scroll down, and here you can see the pressure. You see that the pressure is 25 meters head, so 25.21. So there is a lot of residual pressure here at junction 6. And then I'm going to click on pipe 6 and do the same thing, scroll down to the results, and then you see the velocity here, 0.7. Okay, so all we need to do is just remember those values. So 25 meters and 0.07 meters per second, and we can move on to the second part of this, which is when we put an extra demand on, and of course then we'll check the results and see what happens. So close down those properties, and now we need to go and do the same thing that we did in the last part of the first workshop, which is go create a new alternative, a new scenario, put them together, and then we can run it and get different results. So, firstly, over to the alternatives. And then in demand, from base demand, we want to right click and new child. And then in the base demand alternative 1, I'm going to put fire flow at junction 6. So we're going to add a fire flow here and see whether or not our system can handle that extra demand.
Yeah.
So double click on fire flow at J6 and then go to J6 on the left there and highlight it, and we want to change it from 1.26 to 63. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you've done that, close down the alternative, and back to the scenarios tab, and we want to right click new child scenario. Which I'm going to name fire flow at junction 6.
Yeah.
Double click, open up the properties and change the demand from base demand to fire flow at J6. Now the most important thing is that you need to use the make current button here, or you can right click and say make current, or you can use the drop down here to make a current. Once you've done that, compute.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that we've got an error message down the bottom. The error message says that basically our system can't meet the pressure that the flow or the pressure that we're trying to get out of it. So I'm going to do the same thing as last time. I'm going to go to junction 6 and check the results. And you'll find that now, instead of 25 meters of pressure, we have minus 19 meters of pressure. So obviously, if it's minus 19, minus 18.6, that means we're not delivering the flow, or we're unable to deliver the flow.
Yeah.
So of course we need to fix this. So we need to fix this system so that we can deliver the flow. Alright, so if you close down the properties, you can go back to the alternatives. And this time we're going to change the diameters, and the diameters are in the physical alternative. So go ahead and expand physical and base physical. And then from base physical, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click new child alternative. Rename that new diameters. So double click on new diameters. And you'll see here that the pipes are listed, and then we've got the diameter column here. What we're going to do is we're going to change some of these diameters. So firstly, pipe 1, change from 150 to 250. Same with pipe 2. And then pipe 3 to 6 are all 200. And then the rest we can leave the same, 150.
Dạ.
Okay, close that down. And then we of course need another scenario to put that in. So back to these scenarios, and fire flow at J6, right click, new child. This is called fire flow with new diameters. Open up the properties and you'll find that fire flow at J6 is already set for the demand, and that's because we inherited it from its parent. So because we took a child, we inherited that one. Of course we need to change the physical alternative though. So go ahead and change physical to new diameters. Of course, don't forget to make it current, and then compute. Okay, so once you've computed it, of course you can go back to J6 and check the pressure. So you'll see that now, even with a very large fire flow, with the increased diameters, we're able to get 16 meters of pressure, whilst also meeting the demand, which is of course the 63 liters a second. You can check the velocity too if you want. Yeah, the velocity is over 2 meters per second.
Yeah. Okay.
Any questions regarding that workshop? Because that's the end of it.
Yes, anyway. Dạ. Dạ, chào mọi người ạ. Mọi người Điên đang hỏi là mọi người có câu hỏi gì không cho tới cái bước này, mọi người đã hiểu cái workflow của cái phần này chưa? Nếu mọi người có câu hỏi, mọi người có thể typing vào trong cái chat của cái team. Ở trong cái nãy giờ Điên làm đó là Điên sẽ đưa cái yêu cầu về lưu lượng chữa cháy vào trong dây 6, và ban đầu thì khi mà đưa cái lưu lượng chữa cháy khai báo vào thì phần mềm WaterGEMS phân tích ra được là tại dây 6 thì không có đủ lưu lượng. Thì sau đó thì Điên tạo một cái kịch bản thay thế, đó là chúng ta sẽ tăng cái kích thước của đường ống lên, và Điên chạy một lần nữa và thấy là cái áp suất tại dây 6 đó cũng mới chỉ có khoảng 16 chấm mấy, cũng chưa đạt 63 như yêu cầu. Thì chắc là tiếp theo nữa Điên sẽ thực hiện những bước tiếp theo để chúng ta Điên cải thiện cái áp suất tại dây 6 để làm sao đó cho đạt cái nhu cầu mà chữa cháy tại dây 6. Vậy rồi, nếu mà đến bước này rồi mọi người ai chưa theo kịp thì có thể typing vào trong đó để mọi người chờ thêm chút xíu. attending. For now, have no question. Yeah, we can continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously that's another workshop finish for today. So not that one. So we've now done 3 workshops, and for some reason there seems to be 2 of the same listed here, and this one's a PowerPoint presentation, not a workshop. So I think probably for today we should do one more and then finish, and then complete the rest tomorrow. So do you want to take a break now to go to the bathroom and so on before we start the next one?
Yes. Okay. We take a break. Yeah.
Sure.
About, yeah. What? What minutes? Yeah.
Is 15 minutes okay?
Okay. 15 minutes. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned, we've already done 3 workshops today, so we've just got one more to go, which is analysis of valving and critical segments, and then we'll finish for the day, and that will leave, of course, model builder, EPS, and leak detection for tomorrow. So analysis of valving and critical segments, like I said, is the next one, and basically what we're going to do here is investigate a network with isolation valves in it to see whether or not the isolation valves have been placed in the correct spot, or if we need more, or if we need more interconnecting pipes. So to open that up and get it started, if you close down the last one, and then this time go File, Open, and in the Starter folder you'll find Criticality. So go ahead and open up Criticality.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so first thing is you're going to you can see we've got the original valves here, so if you just zoom in and around, you'll find these isolation valves here. So you can see the isolation valves are placed at various spots around the network, and if you check the layout tab, you'll see that there's a valve section here, and the valves here, you can see PRV and so on, flow control, throttle control, general purpose. So each of these valves breaks the pipe. However, the isolation valve is over here on its own, and that's because if you check the isolation valve, you'll see that it has a reference pipe. But if you click on the pipe, you'll see that it's one entire pipe. So the isolation valve has not broken the pipe. So you can see that each one of these pipes is just one pipe with a valve on it, but it has not broken the pipe into 2. So that's the difference between this valve and all of these other 6 valves. So that's quite important, because you want to make sure that your GIS valves and your model valves are the same. So when I say the same, they either break the pipe or they don't. Okay, so So what we want to do is basically go and investigate the valves as they're placed now. So before we open it up and run it, the important thing to note about this particular system is that down the bottom left we have a reservoir. There's only one reservoir in this model. So there's no tank, there's no second reservoir, so there's only one water source. And that's very important, because of course if we close off the valve to the reservoir, then the entire system will be out of water. Okay, let's go and start criticality. So the analysis tab is where you want to go. And then on analysis, you find criticality. Okay, so once you're in criticality, click new. Critical pipe segments, we want original valves. So just tick on original valves. And click OK. The scope type here is entire network. Once you've selected entire network, go ahead and click compute. Okay, so the first thing you can see is that it's broken up into 51 segments. Now, these 51 segments, if you want to know what they look like, well, just click on the coloured pie here. So click highlight segments. Once you've clicked highlight segments, just click minimize and you'll see your color-coded network here. So if you zoom into an area, you'll see, for example, this red area here, you can see that this is one individual segment broken by this valve. So a very clear example of one segment. One valve, one segment, and then you go to a more complicated one. Like for example, you can see this segment here has a valve here and a valve here, so you can shut off this portion or this portion or this portion. So you can see that they get varying complexities as you go around and see where you can valve the system off. You can see this blue one here, you can close off this entire segment.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so back to criticality. And then over on the left, go to outage segments and click compute. Now the thing that we're interested in here is if you go over to the right, and for some reason this is in feet, so just close down criticality. Tools, more options. If you open up the options, go to the units tab, and you want to reset defaults here. Reset defaults SI. It doesn't change anything about the model or the project. It just means that someone's changed the units in this particular model. So click OK. Go back to analysis, back to criticality.
Yeah.
Okay, this time over to outage segments and scroll across to outage set length and right click sort descending. So you can see here that segment 46 has an outage length of 11.8 kilometers. So that's how much pipe would be out of water and needs to be drained if that particular outage segment was to be shut down. So if you want to take a look at outage segment 46, if you scroll down in the middle, highlight segment 46 and then click the pie. And as I mentioned earlier, you see that the reservoir here has been valved off, which means that the entire network has run out of water. However, if you go back to criticality and back up to all segments, see the second worst one here is nearly 5 kilometers. Outage segment 41. So again, I'm going to go and find outage segment 41. And then you can use the refresh. So if you use the refresh button here and then minimize, you'll find that this particular segment here, segment 41, if you shut this particular area down for a burst or a repair, this whole red area is going to be out of water, which is nearly 5 kilometers.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to criticality. And now over to the actual criticality on the left. And first thing, before we compute it, I'm just going to tick run hydraulic engine. So tick run hydraulic engine and then compute.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time we want system demand shortfall percentage. So system demand shortfall percentage here, and I'm going to again right click sort descending. And you see the same two segments here. Segment 46 is of course 100% of the entire network, and then you got segment 41 here, 45% of the customers on this network are out of water.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we need to do is go and fix it. So we need to put in a new pipe so that we can get this second worst segment here down from 45% to obviously lower than that. So close criticality. And go to the alternatives, and from W valves in the active topology, right click new child alternative, which is going to be named new interconnect. Back to the scenarios. From original valves, we'll take a new child called new interconnect. You open up the properties of new interconnect and change the active topology. And make current. Alright, so new interconnect here. Go over to the layout tab. What we're going to do is draw in a new pipe and then put some valves on it. So the area that we're interested in is down the bottom here. So if you zoom into the bottom area here, you find junction 45, junction 44. Okay, so using the pipe tool, just connect junction 45 to junction 44, and that's it, done.
Yeah.
Now we need to place an isolation valve on it, so click on isolation valve, and then place one at either end. So you need to make sure you click exactly on the pipe. Would you like to attach the pipe? Yes. And at the other end as well? Yes. And that's it, done.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it, we can go back and test it. So back to analysis and criticality. Alright, so create a new one and tick on new interconnect. Click OK. Scope type entire network. Compute.
Này. Okay.
Alright, so you see that we've already got an extra segment there, and then outage segments, compute, and then outage set length, you want to sort descending. You can see here that outage segment 40 is much less than the 5 kilometers that we had previously. It's now down to less than 1 kilometer. So you can also do criticality, run hydraulic engine, compute, and system demand shortfall percentage. You see it's now down to 25%.
Yeah.
Okay, so that criticality is, as you can see, a very simple, quick feature to use. It's very, very easy to set up, and it's not in this workshop, but if you go to the tools menu and then more, you'll see that there's this feature here, assign isolation valves to pipes. So if you use Model Builder to bring in isolation valves, you don't have to manually assign them. You can automatically do it using assign isolation valves to pipes. And that's important because you may have several thousand pipes and or isolation valves that need to be assigned. So that tool can do them all automatically for you. So very important tool, and a very easy, simple tool to set up and run in criticality. Are there any questions regarding criticality?
Dạ. Dạ, Mr. Dean vừa thực hiện xong một bài tập nữa. Mọi người có câu hỏi gì không ạ? Có thể nhấn vào chat. Hi, Dean. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. We have a question from Mr. Khoa, and Mr. Khoa asked about we can add a single one for a pipe.
Oh, instead of 2 valves, you mean? Yes, absolutely. Yes, of course.
Dạ, ok. Dạ chào anh Khoa, bạn Dean nói là có thể add được ạ. Dean, can you show it?
Show how to add a single valve, you mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so just instead of putting one on either end, you can just place one in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Dạ đúng rồi. Yes, just one single one. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just want to grab one, and if I delete that and delete,
So okay. Yes,
And
Mr. Khoa is that okay? Yeah.
but it's a good question because we added 2, one at each end. We didn't need to, because of course we can shut this pipe down either way. So there's really no need to put 2 on that pipe. It's a very good point.
Yeah, that's good. Thank Dean. Dạ, mình còn có hỏi gì không ạ? SAWACO còn có hỏi gì không ạ? Dạ, bạn Dean rất cảm ơn cái câu hỏi của anh Khoa, bạn nói là rất là tốt, câu hỏi rất là tốt. Attending, I think we have no more question.
Okay. Well, as you can see, we've finished 4 workshops today. So tomorrow will be the 3. So model builder, load builder, T-Rex, EPS, and leak detection. So
Okay. Yeah, for tomorrow?
yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Today we can finish now, no?
Yes.
Ok, dạ. I will. Chào mọi người ạ. Bạn Dean nói là cái chương trình ngày hôm nay chúng ta đã xong về những cái bài ngày hôm nay rồi ạ. Còn lại 3 bài thì chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu vào ngày mai lúc 10 giờ. Dạ, và ngày mai lúc 10 giờ như bình thường ạ. Hôm nay chúng ta có thể kết thúc được rồi. Thanking for today. Yeah, we can finish.
Okay, excellent.
Okay,
Well,
thanking. Yeah. Thanks, Sunit. Yeah.
thank you everyone for